Hey everybody, and welcome to Football Manager with me, GW365. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, a hell of a long time. It's a game that I've had a lot of experience with it over the years, but I've never actually done any videos on them. So basically, while I'm loading it up, I'll go and do it. It's the 15.3.0 update. I like to think I've got a little bit of know-how, however, the tactic side of it sometimes I have to rely on a little bit of help, which I probably will be doing, and I will probably, once I sort everything out, I will probably show you the tactic and the breakdown, and I'll tell you who's done it because I think it's got the name on it. So, next game overview. I do want to play as low as possible, so we're going to start it, and I'm probably going to pause it here because of one reason. Oops, excuse me, I've just eaten. One reason, and it takes a while to load it up. So I'm going to start the game, and then if you want to join, start game. And then as soon as it's finished, I'll pause it and we'll rejoin as soon as it's done. So just bear with us. And we're back. Right, so I'm actually unemployed. That's what I've decided to start with. Let's see how this works. Basically, there's a lot of teams about there that there's a chance of being able to, get a job with. But basically, we're going to go to the job centre. There's certain jobs, there's assistant manager jobs, but we want to be a manager. That's what we intend to do. Now, my actual profile, let's have a look, inbox, new subscription, everything like that. I'm a Leeds fan, so therefore Leeds and Championship is going to keep showing up most likely. I might better knock it off. Why is Sky Bet League 1 on? Not sure. But anyway, my profile. How the hell do you look at your profile when you're at a team? There we go, home. So, my profile. I've gone for these stats here. Reason being, fitness coaching. I'm hoping to start at the bottom and make my way up the rankings, if you like, the power rankings, if you can. Like start from top to bottom. Now, I do intend to stay with the team that I end up moving to, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: getting a team from the bottom into the top. That's something that I always tried to do. I've been Guiseley several times because of their link with Leeds United, and I've usually been relatively successful. Usually strict consecutive promotions up until, like the Championship. I struggled to get up out of the Championship into the Premier League, but that's because the wealth of talent is limited from that point. Usually you can pick up some decent youngsters that get released after the first season, and usually they're pretty good. They start off poor, but they've got like 4 or 5 star potential. So, let's have a look then. This is actually the first time I've ever started unemployed. So this is going to be new for me. So job centre. I'm having a look at the teams. I want a manager's position. And look, there doesn't seem to be any jobs going at the minute. There's only going to be Barnsley. So there doesn't seem to be any jobs going, which is a bit strange. I would have liked to have been a manager, but I don't want to be a scout. I just want to... Well, I don't know what I can do. I suppose I wait. This is something I've never done before, you see. So, let's just press continue and see what happens. Because I'm not entirely sure. Insecure jobs. Available jobs. There is none, apparently. I'm after like a lower league team. Obviously, I don't want to start too high because you're defeating all the objects of the game. If for whatever reason this doesn't work, I'll probably just pause it and move on to. There's guys are there. Look, probably move on to just selecting a team. It probably would be Guiseley at this point, but it's a bit of a pain because I'm wanting to actually do something here. I want to actually get in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the game until eventually a job comes up. So just bear with us once again while I pause my timer. I'm going to try and keep these about half an hour, give or take, depending on whether the game finishes. I'll see you in a second. We're back again. There's no job seems to be going, only assistant managers and things like that. I don't want to be an assistant manager. I want to be a manager, hence the name Football Manager. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to start again and set up another one, and I'll just probably choose a team, probably Guiseley, most likely. I'll start it again and join us when we get to that team selection screen. Just bear with us. And we're back. So now we're with the selection I just pressed end and it took me to Wolves for some reason. But yes, this is the team that I play quite a lot with because it's a team I support. However, changes to the kit as well. I'm going to go national team. No, not national. England. We're going to go north-south. Probably north because I'm from up north. There's usually a couple of teams I like to choose between. Is Bradford, Park Avenue, because it's near Leeds. Guiseley, of course, because of the link. Harrogate is another one. And it used to be Halifax, but I think they're in the division above now, if I remember rightly. So yeah, Guiseley, they are predicted to finish fairly high, if I remember rightly. 5th, yeah, there it is. Now, I could be... In fact, they're not there anymore. Vauxhall Motors out there. But usually there's a team... Oops, one thing. But usually, the idea is to pick one of the teams that's going to finish bottom. But I want to keep in Yorkshire. Barrow's predicted first. But we're going to go for Guiseley because it's a team that I've chosen several times in the past, over previous years. I've not been them this year yet, as it stands. Now, I've gone for no coaching badges. 'Cause I ain't got a tracksuit or anything like that, unfortunately. Tracksuit manager, yeah. Coaching badges. Tactical manager. Sunday League footballer. So, that's what we're going for. We're going for a coaching style of tracksuit manager, because that's what we want to do. We want to get from the bottom to the top. Well, it could be from top to bottom. That would be fun. Knocking Manchester United down into the conference or something. That would be fantastic, but it's not going to happen. So, let's confirm. Start playing. I'll have to rename this save. Yes, let's save it. There's a lot of saves there. A lot of different tactics that I've tried and tested. I'll come on to that again later. Guiseley. LP. Sava. I think it's because there's been updates, and I think everyone actually has, at the time of the update, everyone has a manager, apart from Barnsley. It seems that way anyway. That's why it said 3-1 favourite. So I wasn't going to compete with anyone to get the Barnsley job. Not with my current standing. Which is a shame. It is a shame. But we are Guiseley, and we are in the Vanarama Conference North. So, Phil Rogerson is our chairman. He says all sorts of stuff. What I will do is I will look at the squad, and well, I'll tell you what, I'll pause it. I'll go through all the rigmarole that you go through at the beginning, which no one really wants to see, which is when you have to talk to him and all that jazz. It's quite a high wage for me, basically. I'd rather have less wage and spend more on players. But anyway, we've got a 1-year deal. We'll have a look at the team, have a look at the squad. I'll pick out the key players, and I'll showcase them shortly. Just want to bear with us one moment. I'll just pause my timer. There we go. Right, see you in a second. I'm not the best at editing, so unfortunately it's like literally just I flick to the next, recording stage rather than the fade in, fade out. So yeah, maybe I'll get to learn that at some point, but we'll see. And you're back in the room. No, basically, right, this is the team layout. He doesn't actually work there. Never mind. Basically, this team here is probably what the best I probably can do. Now, you might remember some some players. Andy Holdsworth stands out. Ben Parker, Gavin Rothery even. Ollie Johnson to some extent, you might remember him. A bit of a fringe player at Norwich City. You got, like I say, Holdsworth, who was at Huddersfield Town. Stephen Drench is a very good goalkeeper for this level, in my opinion. He's only got 2.5-star rating, according to our assistant manager. But look at those stats. 13 for handling. One-on-one's 13. Kicking 17. Reflexes 15. Outstanding. Positioning lets him down a bit. Strength is only 10. Agility is only 9. But you know what? Jumping reach isn't too bad neither. For this, those stats are average. But for this level, pretty solid. You've got Andy Holdsworth, arguably second best player. Obviously, not the quickest, but again, for this level, you're looking for like 7s and above, probably maybe 8 and above for key stats. Now, he is naturally a centre midfielder, but I'm going to play him at right back because he's equally as competitive. If I go to reports and go on to right back, it's exactly the same. It's 4-star, right? Midfielder is the same. Now, it could cover in the middle because of the tactics we're coming to. Stamina and natural fitness definitely play a part. Now, then we've got Danny Ellis, the world's slowest defender, slower than Terminator Per Mertesacker. 5 and 5 for acceleration and pace, which scares me somewhat. Very good in the air though, 13, jumping reach 14. Leadership is our captain, I think. Determination 14, teamwork 13. He's pretty sound. 16 strength as well. Pretty good. Then we've got Shane Killick on loan from Harrogate, brother of Ross Killick. Ross Killick, who's Leeds United. This guy will not be able to play against Harrogate in this league because he's on loan from them. Not because there's anything. Those mental stats are pretty awesome, if you ask me. His physical stats aren't bad neither. But he's a little bit quicker. 9 pace. He's going to be the covering defender. Tackling, marking, and heading, key stats as well. Position could be better, but it's not all bad. So he's going to look alright now. Ben Parker, probably our best player by far. Lots of 10s and 11s and what have you. Very good left back. Obviously, the most injury-known player known to man is worse than Darren Anderton, and I didn't think that was ever possible. So then we've got Gavin Rothery. Used to play for Leeds as well. Good to the histories, in fact. Used to play for Carlisle for a bit as well. But he started off at Leeds. Never played for him. Was always like on the fringes. Never really made the breakthrough. Ended up at York City first, then Carlisle, surprisingly. And then back into where he probably knows his trade. Ben Parker, obviously, at Leeds. Went to Bury for a year. Now he's at Guiseley. Andy Holdsworth, just show you there. It was at Huddersfield, that's right. It went to Morecambe and Oldham. I remember that now. Yep, he's had a long career. He's 30 years old. Shane Killick was at Huddersfield Town and obviously Albion, which is down the road from me. Danny Ellis, he's been at Geyser for as long as I can remember. He used to play for Bradford back in the day. That's the thing. Matt Gower used to play for Bradford. He's no longer part of this team, unfortunately, unless he's part of the coaching staff. I haven't really checked. We know about Ben Parker. Gavin Rothery, we've checked him out. Jack Stockdale is 18 years old, from Bradford, a former youngster at Bradford. Look at those stats. He's pretty decent. He's down as a 5-star grey player at the moment, which is like top level for youngsters. But look at that: aggression, bravery, determination, leadership, teamwork, work rate, natural fitness and stamina. Very good for a player of his age, basically. You've got long shots 10, which isn't bad neither. Not to be sniffed at. He's going to be in the box-to-box role, which I've got here. I'll go through that shortly. Danny Boschel is our player assistant manager. Decent stats, passing and vision. Tackling's only 9 light in that, but he's going to be the deep line playmaker. There he is. Then we've got, and he used to play, I remember, Grimsby Town, yes. Grimsby Town for a while. Remember being Grimsby on FIFA one time and having him years ago. Ollie Johnson, formerly of Norwich City. Yeah, and Stockport, of course. He is not suited to this formation. Now, I might have a play around. Boys, where can he play? He can actually play in the left wing. So I'm going to flip them two round. Ollie Johnson, passing is probably a little bit better anyway, so that probably work out better for us. But yeah, Ollie Johnson, the formerly of Norwich, that's where he played, and I think, did he make an appearance for them in the Premier League? No, Championship. He made 4 appearances in the Championship, got into the Premier League, didn't play unfortunately, ended up going to Yeovil on loan, and then onwards to Oxford and York, and now Guiseley. So, that is Ollie Johnson's pass. Adam Boys used to play for Gateshead, not Grimsby, Gateshead. And they paid $7.5 million. Million? That's a bit of an understatement. Well, first he was at York, and Scunthorpe paid 70 grand for him, which is quite a lot. Didn't even play. Went back to York on loan, then went to Kidderminster on loan. Didn't play for Scunthorpe, and then went to Boston United for free. So what point in spending 70 grand on Scunthorpe? You might have missed a trick there, but saying that, he's basically plying his trade, in the higher echelons of non-league football. And these are pretty much going to be our starting players. Alex Johnson is down as a 2.5-star player, but pace 14, finishing 12, composure 10. You can't ask for better than that for the advanced forward. So, going into the tactic, it is Apex Predator Nemesis, which I believe is Mr. Uwe Rosler. No coincidence there that Uwe Rosler is the Leeds manager now. I understand I'm massively behind the times by starting this. I wish I'd have done it sooner. I probably will do one next time when the next Football Manager comes out. So the tactic is you've got a sweeper keeper in Drench, you've got just a fullback on support, fullbacks Parker and Holdsworth. There's a defending defender, which is you expect them to do that, and a covering defender. So they should work quite well together. I do think I'm going to need another centre back, so that's probably one thing I will look for. Rotherham is a wide midfielder with attack down, same with Boys. Deep line playmaker and box to box midfielder. Ollie Johnson, deep line forward, and Alex Johnson. I'm going to call him Adam Johnson then. I'm sure that's that alleged pedo at the moment. But yes, Jack Stockdale is probably one concern. If it came to it, I could play Ryan Tolson because we have got some decent backup players. We don't have many. The keeper's 41-year-old. Not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. Probably doing an okay job as a backup. Ryan Tolson isn't bad. The stats aren't amazing, but it's good cover for right back if that is an injury comes up and Holdsworth can push into the middle. Jordan Hendry is a right back as well, but he's got some promise. 4-star potential, 3-star definite, 4-star if you do it right. I believe that's what it means. If you don't rush him. Danny Lowe is a very good player. He's a left back, but it's not as good as. If you look at these reports, he's not as good as Ben Parker. Unfortunately, he would probably be better than Danny Ellis. However, his stats suggest that he wouldn't be as good in the defend role because he's not the strongest and he's not the best at heading, etc. I'm going to sneeze. That was very, very loud. Sorry about that. So, move on to Jake Lawler. He's only got 2-star potential, which I'll probably look to move him on at some point. It takes up quite a lot of wages, with £200 a week. Doesn't sound a lot, but it is at this level. Could probably do a good job backing up in certain areas. I mean, he's decent at jumping, so he might be able to fill in at centre back if it's an absolute emergency. Wayne Brooksby, I can't even speak. Good amount of versatility is the correct way to put it. But passing's decent, flair's decent, dribbling, crossing. He'd be a good backup, good sub to bring on later on, cover both these sides. Nicky Boschel is like a spare brother of Danny Boschel, the assistant manager. He'd be a decent person to put on later on. He covers a multitude of positions, albeit some of them are just competent and not accomplished or natural. Not to worry though. So, with that in mind, the tactic, I've already been through that. There's certain instructions. These are them. Shorter passing to space, exploit the middle, play narrower, much higher defensive line, get stuck in, use tighter marking, use offside trap, close down more, higher tempo. I am not going to say this is my own tactic. It's just one I've had a bit of success with my Leeds save, and it got us into the Premier League. I find that if you've got the correct players, got some sort of update just showing up. If you use the correct players, you're going to be laughing basically. So I'm going to have it. Probably what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to pause it again. I'm sorry for all the pauses, but I'm going to probably do the pre-season and make some signings, and then I'll come back to you and I'll show them off. So just bear with us. And we are back. Yeah, we are back. We are recording. It didn't show that it was recording them for a second there. So here we are. We've done his fixtures. I will show you the fixtures. Under 21s, we beat them 3-1. Hibernian of all teams, the Scottish Premier League side, we beat them 2-1 thanks to a winner from Wayne Brooksby. I can't even say his name. Brooksby with his one head in. I will show that shortly. Then we beat Northwich 3-0, pretty straightforward. Then we lost to a Thunderbolt against Ossick Town, and then we drew 1-1 with the equaliser coming from a free kick from someone with long shot 6. But never mind. So I've just put a bid in for this Jake Malt for a loan because we've got no money and I can't really get rid of half the players. So I will show the transfers I've actually made. We've got Kieran Welegi from Middlesbrough on loan. Good backup defender. His heading's not great, 7, but he's like the cover defender if you like. Strength is half decent as well. Jumping's at 10. It's not bad. It's not a bad set of stats for a defender. And then Simon Hackney. I do remember him in the past playing in League One. Yeah, Rochdale. Only a couple of games though. But Colchester in particular. I remember Colchester. Carlisle. I seem to remember him playing against Leeds a couple of times for Carlisle. And I'm pretty sure that particular season there he scored past us once or twice. I do remember that. He's now 30 years old, but as you can see, he's played at a fairly high level. And obviously now, as he gets older, he's not quite as effective. However, pace 11 isn't bad. He's left-footed as well, which helps. Dribbling, crossing, and corners. Although corners isn't going to be used. The corners are taken by the defenders for the left back and right back, respectively, on the same size. There's a reason for it. It's the way it's set up as a tactic to you take short corners and then the wingers usually cross it in. So that's why these need a decent crossing stat. And he's already set up, I think, a couple of goals. Passing 10's not bad. Technique is decent as well. 11. Vision 11. Flair 14. Determination 14. Pretty good. So, overall, the only concern is his physical stats. And then we're trying to get Jake Maltin, which I will show you him now. They've accepted the loan offer, so it's whether he wants to come. Centre midfield, I found through the actual games in the friendlies that we struggled a bit with cover for the deep line playmaker. So vision's not great, it's 9, but it's decent, 12 passing, and it's half decent at tackling, 8. His overall game isn't too bad. Long throws isn't that important. Marking, however, could be a bit of a letdown, but he's the best it seems I can find at this moment in time. And he's got a little bit of versatility as well. So we're not going to continue. The first game is against Leamington, so we'll see how we fare against them. Scout report, we are focusing on his match tactics, and we will most likely keep doing the fitness training until everyone is match fit. We're nearly there. I reckon 2-3 more games and we'll be able to change it to a balanced approach in terms of training and get us stats improved. And there's a save game now, which I was not planning on having, but I'll just try and talk you through basically what what we've done in the games. Basically, first game, just a nice bit of passing and moving. Got a couple of decent goals. From crosses, believe it or not, which is something that seems to be a bit of a rarity. And obviously the corner part as well, that's quite a decent thing. That's how I managed to score my first goal against Hibernian, which that was a big test. They did miss a lot of chances. They had about 10 more chances than us, but it didn't really matter. Now, this is going to be good. They're going to offer players, but we don't need any right-backs at this moment in time. We're pretty well set. I have been using, in the friendlies, I've been putting Holsworth into centre midfield in the second half. Nice one, I accept. I've been using him in the middle because people are getting tired, and that's one thing that's going to affect us massively. His fitness isn't great, but it's better than some. A couple of players I do want to get rid of probably is Jake Lawler. He's not that good, and he's on £200 a week, which is a lot. But the chances are we're not going to be able to get rid of him anytime soon. I'm going to put this guy on 90 minutes for the thing. I did get rid of the dude as well, the old guy, because I thought, well, he's taking £150 a week, never going to really play, and he's probably likely to progress better than him because of his age, although look at those ones everywhere. But I'm hoping not to use him where possible. He is going to just feature as and when we need him because he's not getting paid. He's effectively like a loan player that we don't need. Eventually he'll probably ask for his contract terminating, which is fine. If I go to transfers and history, Steve Dickinson. Didn't see the point, just let him go. I mean, his stats aren't that good anyway. There's no ones or anything apart from technique and outfield rating. But never mind. That's one thing I've actually only just seen, the outfield rating. 1. Right, fair enough. Let's get into the first game, and I'll probably continue this recording until the first game is played. Hopefully we won't have as many stop-start issues. Like, for instance, we lost about 5 minutes because of fanning around trying to be unemployed. But after 2 weeks and nothing seemed to be happening apart from less job opportunities, and I thought I might as well just jump straight into the Guiseley chair like I normally do. A lot of fun. So, just waiting for it to load. Here we go. Danny Boschel starts on a coaching course. He's covering the £600 fee for the course himself, which is good. Saves us some money. So, where now the expectations are here. We've got the Vanarama Conference North to finish above mid-table. That's good. The minimum expectations is to reach the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup. FA Trophy, the minimum expectation is the team reach the 1st round of the FA Trophy. Right, okay, so we have a transfer budget of 0 and a wage budget which are currently over by about 150 quid. But it's not too much to worry about, I don't think. As long as we start well and do well. I'm kind of gutted that some of my players are actually a bit tired, dare I say. Brooksbury has been doing okay. Where's the... I'll just look at the... There we are. 1 assist, 2 goals. He's got a couple of goals. Hackney, £250 he's on a week. Stockdale does need to improve sooner rather than later, because otherwise I'm going to have to maybe play around with the formation a bit. We only have 5 substitutions, which does suck. That's right, a massive dong. Brian Tolson, leave him in. Hendrick, get out of there. Danny Lowe is a decent replacement. Jake Lawler, get out of there. He's a good, decent backup defender. Gavin Rothery did get injured in the last game. Probably forever, because he's always injured. For as long as I've played with this guy, he is always injured. And I can't even see where it says he's injured. Oh, there we are. 9 to 12 days. He's like the Ben Parkers of the Darren Anderton world. I don't know what I'm saying. Right, so Nicky Boschel is not that good. Adam Boys is a better option, probably than the goalkeeper, if I'm honest. So let's just start with that for now. Jake Malt, you will get a starting position at some point. You'll probably come on as a sub second half, because Danny Boschel is not the fittest. But I think that's probably our best layout, best setup. Shane Killock is decent as well. Andy Holdsworth is a decent outlet on the right hand side. Let's go. We'll play this game. Now, I might just stick the... I skipped all the replays and stuff, but I will change it now. Replays, goals. Just on the goals. Okay, it's just key highlights, and we are... I didn't see the actual overview. No, not the overview. Preview. We are not the favourites, we are the outsiders. So let's go to this team talk. So there's not so much, I mean, I'm not going to say enjoy the match, but if it said we are the underdogs, then I'd probably go for that. I'm just going to go for, come on lads, show me what you can do. And they're all going to switch off. Passionately. There's a lot more to come from you. Please respond to me. Thank you very much, Jack Stockdale. And Ollie Johnson. Extremely delighted. But players switching off is not a good sign. So here we go. Margunder forward to Hicks. He shrugs off the challenge. And then they all disappear. Get in. This is my setup I have. I have the player ratings on the side and the body language. I need to slow this down, I think, actually. Somewhere between. And we've scored! Was that a header from a one-heading Brooksby? It could well have been. Let's have a look at that. I missed that because I was fanning around up here. So the cross comes in. Sorry, the shot. Oh yeah, it is a cross. Hackney gets it, chips it over. Oh no, he just smashes it in to the middle of the net. And that is Guiseley 1-0 up. So now, it's a bit slower. That's a little bit easier to control, like regarding subs and stuff. And all of a sudden, we're winning, and it's half time. So we have played well so far, but there's still room for improvement, which is fine. You are nervous. Why? Nervous is usually crap. It means the players are not good enough if they're nervous all the time. Why are you nervous? You're playing well. No pressure on you. Let us have a look at the ones that are switched off. Let us say that I am not happy with your performance. Give him a kick up the arse. Thank you. Same goes with Jack Stockdale. Kick you up the arse. Okay, or not. The one player that has been disappointing in the pre-season has been Alex Johnson. I've just realised I've got Special Agent Johnson from Die Hard. No relation. Yeah, Alex Johnson, despite his lightning pace for this level, he's hardly scored. In fact, I don't even think he has scored. The timer is actually going off, but we'll call it a video after this game. Ollie Johnson has been a decent creative force, playing as a deep line forward. He hasn't got the pace to get into those advanced positions that we'd like to see him in. I've injured one of their players, which is good. Not saying that I'm, what a strike from Platt. David Platt rolling back the years there. What a strike. And what can you say? You can't legislate anything against that. Fantastic strike though, look at this. Boom! Straight into the back of the net. Pretty much all Drench had to do was take a step to the left, put his hands up, and he'd have caught it. But anyway, this isn't real life. Jay Malt, welcome to the fold. Danny Boschel, shift out way. Andy Holdsworth moving to midfield, please. And Ryan Tolson, come on. Boys, you can come on later on. There we go, just give him a little bit of a confidence boost, hopefully. It's 1-1 away from home. We'll see. Platt, the set-piece specialist, crosses in. Tolson clears away. Back towards David Platt. Swings it in. Headed away again by Tolson. Oh, it's a goal! And we've conceded. Great start. Own goal from the debutant Killick, who was on loan from Harrogate. Not Harrogate. Harrogate. That was poor. Very poor. He had to make the challenge to Killick, but he just couldn't get it round. So, food for thought with this team. Hicks to Platt. Newton is away from Killick, and that should be a sending off. Great start to my managerial career here. Yep, he's gone. So, we need to wait for this actually. Disappointing. Silence is golden. There we go. Right, so from my experience, if you take off the deep line forward, which, you know what, at this point I'm going to leave Ollie Johnson far forward because Alex Johnson is crap, it seems. And I'm going to bring on... What's happening here? Where's my subs? Why is this not all in order? There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Well, the Gigi, whatever it's called, can come on. There we go. And Hackney's going to have to stay on, unfortunately. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go. So, 10 men is not looking promising for a victory in this game. But it has happened. Look at that name. J-Tank. Jamie Tank. Look at his face. And he is a tank. Look at that strength. But yes, it's not looking good for us in this first game. And we look like we're going to be going towards the lower echelons of this division. Another free kick. Platt this time drives it over the bar. So here we go. Drench. Short it goes to Parker. Ben Parker, that is. Now it's Killick. Malt in the deep roll there. Just gives it straight to Fry. Stephen Fry over the top. Drench just stays at home for some reason, and Killick can clear away on this far away is Morley. More now, lays it for Platt, and it's wide. Started off so brightly with that goal, but never mind. Hicks. Gordon. Flash Gordon to Isaac Newton. I'm sure there's another sort of inventor there in Hicks. Killick heads away. Magunda. Now it's Moore. Hicks forward again. Platt finds Platt. That's a beautiful play. And Platt destroys us again. What can I say when you're playing against a former England international? You know, you're always going to struggle. But never mind. Platt there with a lovely finish. 3-1 defeat looking like at the moment. It could be more. Jamie Tank is injured though, so unlucky. But they've still got subs. So complacency looks like it could have set in. Atkins forward. Waledji managed to head the way, but it goes straight to Moore. And there's another goal! 4-1. A demolition. Demolition. 21st. Much work ahead. Moore, lovely ball in. And can't click him. Waledji let us down. And Jake Moult must be thinking, what have I come to? Ollie Johnson. Wide it goes to Parker, who's been ever so quiet in this game. 5.6 rating, which is terrible. Hackney. Now it's Parker. To say Parker's the best player in the team, he's not shown it. Allegedly the best player. And Jake Moult with the awesome pass, straight into touch. What a shame. That performance was very disappointing. I'm not happy with your performance. I don't want to kill them too badly, but where's Danny Ellis? I am very disappointed with you for getting sent off. Yep, that'll do. A fairly even game to get otherwise, but you know, I'm pretty disappointed, if I'm honest. In a positive light, Leeds won. Hackney makes guys a debut and is absolutely shocking. That is issue a warning. I'm not going to find him straight away. That's it. Right, so a lot of signings done from Chelsea and that. Let's call it a video there then, shall we? So yes, a positive start turning into a negative start in quick succession. Second bottom, joint with Stockport, but oh well. Until next time, hopefully you'll join us for that, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.